So now that you've had a brief overview of the UpSizeDown method that I created, I want to go into a little bit more detail about each one of those steps of the method. And we start with simplify. I created the UpSizeDown method to help people not only survive, but to thrive living tiny. And that both starts and ends with the mind and the mindset that you put yourself in. And we start that off by simplification, by downsizing, by decluttering, whatever you want to call it. But you need to simplify your life, your finances, your stuff. Many enter into the tiny home living without being properly prepared, and then they don't like it. And I want to make sure that you are properly prepared. You've been brought up in a culture of more is better, and you're keeping up with the Joneses, and the Joneses are just keeping up with you. And it's a cyclical cycle that just keeps going on and getting worse and worse. And I truly believe that this is not a healthy lifestyle, nor is it sustainable. Many people move into a tiny home with a thought of decreasing their financial burdens. But unless you also change your lifestyle habits, you're still going to have financial burdens and you're still going to run out of room. Because let's face it, even the most well laid out planned tiny home with the most storage solutions possible, and you see some of those that have every little nook and cranny being used for stuff, there's one thing that a tiny home will always lack: volume. It's a tiny home after all. There isn't a lot of volume. So not only are you downsizing your house, but because of that lack of volume, we also need to downsize your stuff. And this downsizing is often referred to as simplification or decluttering. And moving tiny is a great opportunity and a necessity in which for you to purge or to pare down. Notice all these different terminologies, and many different methods have also been developed on how to simplify or pare down. Marie Kondo created the KonMari method, and this resonates very well with tiny home because instead of going room by room, she suggests going category by category. Let me put it this way. If you have 4 bedrooms in your house and you're downsizing to something like this that only has a Murphy bed and a loft, there is no bedroom. So if you've downsized all 4 bedrooms and you've gone through room by room and you pared down, you still have nowhere to put all that stuff because we don't have a bedroom. So we go category by category, such as clothing, kitchen utensils, bath, cleaning products, that sort of category by category. So as you go category by category and piece by piece, think about how often you actually use the items that you're going through. There's not enough room in a tiny home to keep multiples of the same item. I'm going to bring up an example here, such as serving spoons. What if you go through your drawers and you have 6 serving spoons, almost identical, 6 serving spoons? How often are you going to have enough people inside of your tiny home to actually have enough dishes on your peninsula island to have 6 serving spoons out there to be serving all the guests that are here? Probably not that often. Maybe you live in a more temperate climate and you're going to be using the outdoors a lot more and you're going to be doing barbecues outside and that's where all the serving is going to happen. Then maybe you're going to use all 6 serving spoons. But keep in mind, as you go through these items and the way that you live, how often are you using those items? Not how often could you or do you want to, but how often do you already? There's an easy opportunity to buy another serving spoon if you do end up having many guests over and over again. Now, Marie also suggests only keeping those things that spark joy. But I do warn you here. Let's go back to the serving spoon example. If no serving spoon sparks you joy, you probably still have to keep at least one because you are going to serve yourself. We go into extensive detail of this simplification process during our simplification workshop. That's how we bring people through. But we do this for not only the reason of helping you prepare your mindset, but we also use this to help facilitate us in designing how much storage is going to be needed inside of your home. Everyone has different storage needs, and some people need more storage than others. And some people, even after they've downsized their stuff, may need to also rent a storage container. Many tiny home dwellers actually do this to keep their off-season stuff off-site, and then they switch it out every 6 months. If you're a big sports person and you've got hockey equipment and that sort of thing, we're probably building a shed beside your tiny home anyways, but you're not using that in the summer, and that might be a great thing to put in a storage bin and take out your surfboard, because you're going to be living in one of our villages on the water. But there's more to simplification than just downsizing your stuff. Remember, this is all about the mindset, and we want to get your mind in the right place. But some of that is figuring out what is the right place. What is your ideal environment? So we do this in our simplification workshop, but I want to take you through a little exercise right now. So close your eyes. And no, I'm not going to put you to sleep. But if Elise chooses to play calming wave music in the background, that would be awesome. So close your eyes. I want you to picture your ideal environment. You got it? What do you hear? Is it the waves crashing on the shore and the wind in the sails? That's what I hear. What do you smell? Is it the fresh ground up earth in your garden? Or maybe it's the fresh rain falling off the leaves. I know you can hear that too, but you can smell it. Maybe it's that gorgeous steak on the grill. These answers also tell us what's a priority about the space that you're going to be living in. Some of our clients are all about reading and studying, so a cozy book nook and bookcases and a desk area are what's important to them. Others are all about cooking, and so an amply set up kitchen and prep space is a priority. And thinking forward down into our other processes and other parts of the method and the design aspect, this is telling us how to design your ideal home and your ideal environment within that home. So we've now figured out what's truly important to you and how your house is going to reflect you, from the functionality of layout to the aesthetics of finishes, and how that's going to factor in later on in the method and the design process. This is where we start to see results already. It's only the first part of the method. I can't wait to share with you the other parts of the method and show you how much they're going to impact your life. There's a little play there, because impact is the fifth part of our method. Downsizing your home is not downsizing your life. On the contrary, we say it's upsizing your life. We're finding out what's a priority for you, what's important, and how you're going to live your ideal life within a tiny home. We want you to not only survive, but to thrive in living tiny. So maybe it's time for you to take the plunge. Why don't you try to downsize your home and upsize your life? Remember, I'm Dan Ott, and this is Upsized Down, both the YouTube channel and the method. We return housing on its head.